Got it. All right, guys, here we go for another day of facial rigging here with our friend Bob spinning here as usual. tpaulino speaking to you, and we are working towards the goal as usual of building this facial rig based on FACS, and we are almost. Well, we definitely got some achievements so far. We have the facial controls one, we have the eyebrows blend shape, the eyelids blend shape, and we're now moving towards the next steps, which is connecting a few of the orbicularis oculi shapes and also moving towards the mouth shapes and nose. I think my sound is a bit too high. But anyways, this is what it is, and let's keep moving forward here. So on the last episode, then I was let me remove my background here. And also, if you would like to comment or participate, please feel free to leave a comment here. We're going to discuss any topics that come up, along with ideas about facial rigging in general, visual effects industry. Join us and we will be discussing. Okay, so let's do it. Let's see if we need a little bit more clarity here. Okay, so I need to, well, what have I clicked here? So I just clicked something accidentally and now I have to undo it. Right. So this is just the shape here. So getting back into where we were yesterday, then this is a scene where we have the blend shapes that we're working on. So the last thing that I did yesterday, I was trying to get so this is the shapes that we already have. So these are the next ones to come along. Hello, Amash, welcome. I hope you're having a good night today, man. Let me see if I show up here for Amash. Welcome, man. Let's get started. It's time. All right. So Bob is happy. Look at him. Okay, so let me just double check the shape. So we already separated most of the shapes. So we do have a few good ones here that we're going to be able to use. It's Happy Friday, or almost, right? I don't know. For you, probably it's Friday already, but yeah, Happy Friday, man. We got it. We finally got into the Friday. It's been a interesting week. This shape is great that we have this. Look at that, perfect. Really nice. So just testing on myself here. All of them need some sort of adjustment, but it is a very long way that we are. Like, just the fact that we don't need to redo these things is already amazing. And all of these shapes here also have their maps. So the maps are going to help us a lot as well. Yeah, this is a similar one to the This is looks the same to me. This one is interesting. This is the eyes wide open, and this is much better than the one we have actually. So I might use it. Yeah, this is where we left off yesterday. I was removing the influence of the actual eye here. And so let's keep on this go. I think it's going to be an important one, this one. Because if this is an important shape, like we need the compression of the orbicularis so that we can create a few more shapes. Now this map here, I'm just thinking if there's any way I can mirror this map, but I don't think so. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna have to remove this influence from both sides. It's a little water here, but let's go. So this is the contraction, or like the eye closed tight, but we're trying to extract the eyelids closing so that we keep just the orbicularis here, because we already have like the eyes closed. So we are also going to add a little bit of the, let's see how we're gonna mix this. But we do need just this movement here. This is also important, right? Just to have this movement here. Sometimes not much. You probably won't need to go all the way most of the times. But it is important to be able to, like, even when you have the eyelids, like the eyelid tightener, you need to have the contraction here, otherwise you don't get like a natural movement. So yeah, let's isolate this guy as well. I'm thinking if there's a way to mirror this map that I'm not remembering. Let's go. Let's brute force this thing. Also, let me check what is this. I completely forgot, and I forgot to check it. If anyone remembers. Maya mesh dotted. What's that about? Toggle soft edge display. Remember now. So it's soft and harden edge. Soft and harden edge, toggle soft edge display. Bam, got it. Now we know. So if you get this as well, now we know the reason. This is the map that we have on the other side. Also, let me pick up my tablet here. All right, so we do have another view here. Let me see. Which one was it? Hey, let me check. I'll find it. Is it this one? Oh yeah, here we go. You also have a view now for what I'm doing. Maybe it should be the opposite, right? My hand a little bigger, or my screen a little bigger in my hands. So I'm just gonna zero out here the... Oh, and I got back here. Anyways, might be better. So this is definitely not a pleasant view at the moment, but let's go and continue painting. Let's remove this. Squint, add like 0.5 here. Yeah, so we are just now going through the simple process of, isolating a few shapes, taking some parts away from already existing shapes, making it look pleasant so that we can use right away. So we already have the action stack ready to rebuild this. Once we have our shapes, I will just then rename it and export it, and we're going to be able to then rerun the action stack and get these shapes back into the rig. So this one here, we're going to be able to test it right away. I'm just going to make it work like the other side here. So as you can see, I have already done some work on this side. So we just need to do the exact same thing to the side here and keep going. So if you don't know what's going on, it's just a map, right? So we're painting this map and it's a blunt shape. But it's better if we just leave it like this for now. So again, we're trying to isolate the movement of the orbicularis oculi here, or however you want to call it. I mean, I'm not the Latin, well, I am a Latin speaker, but not from the original Latin, right? Yeah, I could flood this, but right now I'm just gonna go a bit at a time here. That's what we need anyways. Let me see how I did on the other side. I left it a little bit less, but let's try to bring in... I'm actually shaking my camera now by moving like this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be flipping back and forth here, adding, removing. And the blend shape process is just that, you know, and unfortunately there's no other way. I could be sculpting as well, but we're gonna save a lot of time by using already existing shapes. Yeah, on the eyelids, we need 100% of the eyelids. And let's keep going. Definitely it's a little painful process, but we're gonna get there. Not more painful than everything we already done. Like so far it's been. By the way, it's the birthday, it's the 50th birthday of this live stream or this project. Hooray! Hooray! We made it so far. Oh, patience, patience. You know what? Let's go a little faster here because I'm running out of patience. See if that's going to work for us. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what happens when you use your head a little bit and try and do things the most optimal way. So this is the map here. This is how it's starting to look. So we're starting to get a little bit smoother. So that's going to, this is starting to help us. Now it's definitely not looking good on this side here. We're going to start smoothing it out as well. So we can also use the tools here. Let me close my viewfinder here. Sorry, just a second, because my camera is right in front of my outliner here. I need to find a way to get around this, but right. So we're gonna grab this tool and just grab this guys here. Remove the collar, maybe even the wireframe. Really seeing anything moving here? Is it helping anything? Let me see how I solved that side. Okay. So let's start to see how it's looking. Like we can see that we are starting to get something, but still definitely there's a lot of work to be done. but a little step forward, a little small step forward. Oh, I was holding the other side as well, that's why. Anyways, let's try again then. I don't know what happened. Let's actually try to smooth all of this area here. Let's see if we get some results here. Okay, now I can see the modifications. Whoa. Oh God. That's it, guys. We have to keep pushing here. This blend shapes. Now it's getting to a point where it's really going to be details on blend shapes, and well, I mean, there's still a lot of work on the action stack, that's for sure. Be like adding, removing, and trying to see how the map is looking as well. Yeah, so we have most of the area flooded here. Some music from Epidemic Sound. Oh, sorry, Amesh. You said something I didn't see, man. What time was that? It was about 5 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I was confused. I was focused here. Yeah, going all the way to the 100th birthday. Yeah, man. I hope that we can finish this before that. But if it's the case, we're gonna keep going. Maybe it's not. Maybe not for Bob in particular, but definitely for. We're definitely gonna be moving forward with other projects. I don't intend to stop working live unless I don't know, maybe only if I got like a flood of work. But I hope that, well, I'm not gonna complain if I get work, right? But also I think that it's very important that we keep working on new techniques and improving, trying to use new tools. There's so much going on now with like all the Unreal Engine side of things and MetaHumans, and there's way too much to figure out. I'm not even sure. Yeah, the next step, who knows? Let's see. Still trying to figure it out, like what's the next technique that we're going to be, because I think that, so the logical, I was thinking about it today. So what's the logical step here? This project, we're going to be going through the process of adding the maps as well. So you can see that on the MetaHumans, for example, the and also, if I've made a video about Chris Jones and the last project that he published, and we can see that the main in his, well, let's rephrase this. So if you watch the MetaHumans mesh, you see that it is a very lightweight mesh, much lighter. The poly count is much lower than this mesh here. The point being that they are relying on maps a lot to achieve what they're achieving. Most of the deformations are just basic deformations on the mesh, and then all of the wrinkles and all the stuff is coming from the maps. And then you have the guys like Chris Jones. Then we're back to the point, which is that if you watch the presentation from Chris Jones, where he is demonstrating like the flex positions, I guess, flex pressions. I made a reaction about it because I just thought it was just bananas, insane. And yeah, you can see that his mesh is has an even lower poly count. So and his results are undeniable, right? So the whole point, I guess, is then that we need to work with the maps as well. We could be doing, like, I mean, having a high density geometry it's a standard of the movie industry, at least the visual effects industry. It's how it's done with a higher poly count mesh. And it's good because you have more details. You can be more specific. When you are using a lower poly count mesh, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a more generic face, right? Because all the faces, they're going to move more or less the same way. You're going to have less nuance, and that's mostly what happens with the MetaHumans, for example. You can see that it is well done, and that the characters have wrinkles and all this good stuff. But on the other hand, they are very generic on the movement. Like, they're pretty much, it's the appearance is sort of it's different, but the end result is very similar. You would be able to, I feel like you would be able to tell if you were looking at the MetaHuman rig, if you saw something similar inside of Unreal Engine, you would be able to go like, this is MetaHumans for sure. So I feel like it's a mix of both at the moment, where at the end of this, we're still going to be doing a maps pass, where we're going to be trying to blend the mesh with the maps that we have available. And then after that, we are probably going to move on into something else. After we have all of this automated, then probably we're going to be, maybe I'll get another like scan and do it from scratch, like do this blend shapes from scratch instead of using some already made set. But also, I don't know how much we gain from that. I don't know how much knowledge, like, I mean, I think there's a lot to be figured out on other areas, in like even shaders, maps. And if we're starting everything from scratch, even going as far as like, I'm going to sculpt my own face, it's awesome. I mean, I've done a little bit of this in the past. I have a few full sculpting works that I did, but it requires a lot. Like, you're gonna be spending a considerable amount of time on it, and it's fine. But there's a lot on the technical side as well that we need to figure out. And like, if we dedicate too much time to the sculpting of the shapes and the faces from scratch, I don't know. But I do want to invest some time into look dev as well, because I would like to have a final result here that it's somewhat pleasant to look. Painted here. But is that why though? I think I was trying to smooth it out and I was not with the, I didn't have the target selected. Maybe that was the issue. Let's go about it again. That seems to be smoothing out a lot better now, but it is not solving the issue that I'm watching there. Okay. I'm just trying to take care of the silhouette here. Yeah, but definitely I've tried to take care of the silhouette, but then it just got worse from another angle. So I guess one of the things that I need to take care of is this part here for sure. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to really handle this because it is actually closing the eye, so we're only going to be able to take this as like so far. Yeah, and also what I have to consider as well is that we can still do a lot on the modeling. So that's probably what's going to happen now. We're going to take this a little bit further just by painting these maps. And then the rest I'm going to be solving on the, like just modeling the, Let's get this as close as possible to the eyelids here. And so while we are sculpting shapes, there's like not much to explain here except for, you know, looking at the shapes and either looks good or bad. Sometimes you think it looks good and it looks bad. Sometimes you think it looks bad and it actually looks good. That's the balance of art, if you can call it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to go with the maps now. It's a matter of like adjusting the actual sculpting of this. It's definitely like too sharp there on the corner. Let me see if I can get a peek on what my face does. Yeah, but definitely don't get a bulge all that big, right? Yeah. Just dial this back here just a little bit, and I think you can call it a day. Can see that there's a problem with the geometry here as well, because this little node here, it's definitely taking more of a distortion than it should. Man, I think I know all of the Epidemic Sound tunes by heart at this point. It's amazing. Okay, I think it's. I mean, the amount of volume is definitely looking better. It does need some smoothing out. Okay. Yeah, definitely smoother. Now we can probably fix the rest in the modeling side. Let's see if I can get some smoothness on this little pinch here. Actually, it's not too bad. Well, it's not it's not absolutely great too, but it's definitely different from the other side though. I think the other side is affecting a little more this area here. Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some like notch here, but I think I can live with that. Can I get rid of this though? And it's because of this thing here. There's like the geometry itself. And you have to fight this like 1,000 times to get it out. Now I need to add a little bit more, and then okay, let's try to go like even lower, just like 0.01 here. Really, really smooth, soft. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is the end of our playlist, so let's go change the playlist. It's smooth enough for now. Let's check what happens in when we export this shape here. It's definitely bizarre to look like this, but that's not the point of the shape. Oh my god, it's been an hour already almost? Gosh, man, this can take time. Right, so I'm not going to invest more time on this one then. I'm just going to move on. And by the way, let's save this guy here. Just in case, right? So now I'm going to mirror it, export like left and right, and then import it back in on the... So I'm going to rebuild it and import it back in. And we're starting to develop this workflow for how to get these shapes in and out, and like how to develop them on one scene and then re-import it back on the other scene. And I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, because if we can just duplicate this shape and yeah, so I think that the best course of action now is to have this duplicated. Now I'm going to import it back, or add it back into the balloon shape node that we're using to develop stuff. So now we have it as a clean target here, and let's begin the process of adding a mask to it. So let's use the UVs. Where's my UV editor? Okay. Right, so we have the vertex selected. Oh, not that. Oh, what happened here though? No, that doesn't make much sense. I actually need, because we're not seeing the gotta screw up the mesh. Let's make this as smooth as possible now to get a good transition. And it seems like this area here is going to require a good amount of smoothing. Alright, so it is taking a little bit of time to calculate the 300 clicks that I did. Alright. We're gonna make it. It's gonna take quite some time, but we're gonna make it, I'm pretty sure. So as I said, let's talk about the plans for the future, right? So we have this action stack coming along, and it's already building something that it works with the controls. As I always say, if we look how much we've gone through since this first live stream, trying to develop this and trying to figure out the build up of this action stack and how much we've coded, and now to something that it's actually rebuilding. It just gives me a little hope that we're gonna get somewhere in the near future. I know how it is, it just takes a while. So sorry, it is still figuring out here. It's getting really smooth though. So, I mean, the action stack, if the techniques are, if you're going to be able to reuse these techniques, I hope so. If the facial system is going to be good enough for professional application, I hope so as well. If it is going to be able to communicate with Unreal Engine, I'm pretty sure this first stage is not going to be able to communicate with Unreal Engine. But the shapes, as we're sculpting it, they are always like any blend shape target is able to go into Unreal Engine, so we would be able to go to do that. Okay, I think it's back, and now it is very, very smooth. Yeah, cool. Where's the blend shape? Oh, yeah, sure. It's obviously a little heavy right now. Let's see if it's going to survive into the end of the stream. Oh, I know what I did. Some water here. All right, so I think that the issue here was the clamp. Let's go again. So we should get the other side activated, hopefully now, if it works. Why? Oh, it's because the clamp is back in. So apparently the clamp is valued. Let's go. We're gonna get it. Let's be patient. If it works now. And Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, so we need to remove this. That's correct. Turn it every time that I see now. So every time that I'm moving it, it is reactivating the clamp. So add, remove these guys, increase it, remove it. That's such an annoying feature. Okay, so I'm gonna go hardcore here. I don't care anymore. What I will do then, since it's fighting with me for that, or what I will do though is I'm going to keep that map. So before we do anything else, let me get the map back. So weird though. Let's then just try to export this map here. There's an RGB, blah blah. Let's call this face split 001. Can you imagine that exporting it as a TIFF would be 100 times better? Guys, I'll try it once again just because I'm stubborn. If it doesn't work now, I will just go with the... Because we have one side and it's fine. That's what we actually need. Man. All right. It's weird, but never mind. What we can do then is just duplicate this shape here. Okay. And then I'll add this one back in. Yeah, okay, so this is just one side, and then what I want is to group these two guys and have this as -1. And that should give us the other side. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. That's good to go. I'm just gonna name it like left. Polaris oculi geo. All right, so we should be able to then just export this guys for now. This is just going to be a transfer geo, like we don't even need to, like how am I going to pass this along now? Maybe I'll save it here. Transfer. Okay, so this is going to be Bicularis oculi target geo file. I don't know. Anyways, we got it. So let's save this back again. And oh, damn. Let's open the action stack and run it. So now what's going to happen is we already have the whole structure set there. What I'm going to do is just import these two shapes into, like, add them into the node that we have saved already, re-export it, and then we're going to be able to connect it and check it with the other shapes, see if it's behaving properly, continue to refine that shapes until we get the exact thing that we need. After that, then we're going to be able to move into the node shapes and so on and so forth. something along those lines. So okay, so we have the blend shape node here. I can then just import the shapes that we just exported. Oh, it imported with the namespace. Come on. General editor, namespace editor. Cool. Now we're even able to test it already. So the one that it's going to be working with is the lid tightener. And let me see if the name of the control, yeah, so the name of the target then would be left orbicularis, so left eye, orbicularis, geo, and left and right eye, orbicularis, geo. And let's kick the songs back here. It would be nice to have a little bit of a higher beat rate here for a second. Some blues. What do we have on the blues side? Left eye orbicularis. Oh, but that's weird because we don't have the control here. Why is that? Anyways, we can test it. Cool, it works. Yeah, a lot more believable with the activation of the orbicularis. Gets a lot more believable. And it works even when the let's keep the lights for a second. Yeah, I like it. Let's just check why is it not. template joint, template TTRL. It's weird. Left eye, lid tightener, control 1, template joint. I hate when this happens. CTRL. Left eye orbicularis CTRL. 1, 2. Seems to be correct. Orbicularis oculi control template joint. I don't know what's the deal here, but so that one can go. So in theory, we should be able to rebuild now with the orbicularis in. Let's see. Is it done? Yeah. All right. This is a bit too much for me. Back to the same old thing. Yeah, I did pick up, but it's weird. Why is it not adding the control here? Yeah, it's definitely something that I might have to choose here between the eyebrow lower and this guy, but they do complement each other, because indeed it gets to a point where, yeah, this guy here needs to be responsible for bringing this whole portion of the eyebrow down, the orbicularis, and also bring this whole section up. And then when combined with this guy here, it is going to be, well, this guy has nothing at the moment, but when we have, it's going to cause the eye to wrinkle here. So Yeah, but it does make sense from the emotional standpoint here. I can feel it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for today. We have the, let's just try to figure out why is it not adding the proper thing here. I don't know if I understand. Oh, for the lead tightener, not as well. It's really weird. Oops, what's the difference? Busy frenetic. Can I just have something? Nah, I guess that's not the point here. Right, I'll leave the song testing for my own time here. Let's try quirky. What's quirky about? So let's just check what's going on here with the rig template. Why is it killing the control? I thought it was just there, but it's not really. Oh, I see. Control. Yeah, it's definitely because we have the eye here, so that's a bad thing actually. Okay, so what we need then is to change the code to get rid of the last two things here, not PyCharm's not open. Let's open it up. All right, so we're closer to the end here. Let's wrap it. We're gonna start wrapping it up. I just need to get the names of the controls working properly here, but we're very, very close. Build face controls, that's what we want. I'm saying the first three, that's not what I want. Is it like -2 though? Let's test it. This music, man. What's going on? Yeah, got it, got it, got it. Bam, we got it. Nice. So yeah, we need to also verify, because this, you know, it should be keeping the volume enough that it wouldn't crash through the skull. I don't see why this would happen. So this is something that we're gonna have to model back in. There's also a mistake on, like, from the, I don't know who, who developed the face shapes, or retopologized that maybe lost a little bit of the volume there, but yeah, it's not looking too bad if you ask me. Now I just need to also add like the eyes closed to this deal here. Yeah, it does work kind of well with the eyes closed here, so. Yeah, we do need a better connection now between these two guys here. Maybe a little bit of smoothness here. But look, this is the this would be the eyes closed tight. Pretty interesting. It's not looking wrong, if you ask me. Well, cool. I think we got it for today. That's good enough. It's connecting. It is working. That's probably one of the last shapes that we're going to be doing for the eyes here. I also need to figure out the connections between. So let's talk here. Let's talk. Let's make this a conversation. We need to speak. Let me get my. So say bye-bye, Bob. Bye-bye. All right. Here's my camera. All right, so I guess we are getting to an ending here of the live stream today. So what we did, let's recap. We had the orbicularis oculi left to be done, or the last eye shape, and that was completed. We removed the influence, so we have this blunt shape set that it is a pack that I bought. So this is what we're using to fast forward most of the shapes. Although, as you can see, they're all not perfect. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and some of the face shapes or the mouth shapes, they just don't exist altogether. They're gonna have to sculpt it. But for now, the eye or orbicularis oculi shape needed to be extracted from the eyes closed tight, which is the closest that we have for this shape. And then eliminate the movement of the eyelid so that it squeezes but without closing the eyes. And then we have other shapes that are responsible for connecting these two things. Now we also have the connection with the control. So this was done, we exported it, re-imported it back into the action stack, and now everything is building correctly. Look at that. Nah, man, we're getting closer. So it's connected to the controls. When you push the controls, everything is working together. So now we need to actually just fix the eye looks left, right, up and down to work with the eyes closed. That would be the next step. And then we're moving into the nose. So the nose has the nose flare, and I think I need to check with the FACS list to see what else is left, but mostly just a few shapes for the nose, and finally moving to the mouth. The mouth is probably going to be a little bit of a longer process, but once it's done, it's over. We got it. Then we're probably going to be moving towards adjustments to the tongue, teeth, and we still have the shading to do. So we're going to have to figure out how the shade is going to be done. Either we're going to be focusing on having it on real time and meaning on the viewport, and then just presenting it with a play blast or something like that. Or my feeling is also that I would like to have it as a shaded version, maybe even to render with Arnold. This way we could be doing some either renders from specific poses or doing some animation with it, and that might be the last step, to make some animations in the presentation and publish and just go home. Well, I'm home, so I don't know, I'll just roll on the floor and laugh my way to my bedroom. All right, so I guess that's it for today. We made it. Yes, cheers, and we're going to be meeting each other again, what, like tomorrow? Maybe, probably like Sunday or something. But keep your eye open for notifications on YouTube. I usually leave I'm scheduling it with at least 2 hours when I'm gonna get in, so keep an eye for that. And I'm done, I'm tired, I gotta get some sleep. You guys have a good one wherever you are in the world. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, and cheers.